Important, important. Did I say important? Well, today we're talking about 10 important things that you need to have on your checklist when looking for a home. The truth is that you will probably put in a lot of time and effort while looking for the perfect or close to perfect next home for you and your family. Now, I know you may be thinking this is all just redundant information. But listen, if you are interested in saving time, money, and a huge headache, all of these points are well worth examining, especially if you haven't thought seriously about these factors in the past. So if you're ready, let's go. If we haven't met yet, I'm Sue Singleton, Realtor with Coldwell Banker, Seacoast Advantage here in beautiful Southeastern North Carolina. Now, when buying a home, whether it's your first home, second home, vacation home, or investment property, everyone has their own set of priorities. I think we all can agree the home buying process can be quite complex and takes time, and it's way easy to get off track. Now, I can't stress enough how helpful it is to have written priorities as a way to guide you through the process. This helps in not forgetting some of the features that are most important to you and your family. I've talked about that in prior videos. So, no matter what type of property you are looking for, odds are that you will probably put in a lot of time and effort while looking for the perfect or that close to perfect home for you and your family. Before we get into the items that should be on your checklist, I want to share two very important tips. So here's tip number one. If you're buying a home with your special someone or someone's, please make sure to talk it over to make sure that everyone agrees on the important features that the home must have. This can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Important tip number two, communicate with your agent. Your realtor will want to understand your priorities. Understanding which features mean the most to you and your family will help your agent eliminate houses that won't work for you and focus more on the homes that will. This will help eliminate a lot of frustration and save you time on your journey. So now let's dig into those 10 important things you need to have on your checklist when looking for a home. Let's start with the price and or what also is often referred to as your purchasing power. I'm starting with this one because I would suggest to you that it is not just important but crucial to do before even starting your home search. And that is always determine your price range and purchasing power by getting pre-approved for a loan prior to starting your home search. Now, I've said this before, buying a home is a huge investment and may well be the biggest investment you will ever make. When buying a home, there is always more to it than just the purchase price. Think about how all costs will affect your finances. Once you determine your price range, stick to it. You want to be comfortable with your decision on price range and mortgage payment. And another thing that is really important about knowing your purchase power before looking at homes is, let's say that you find a home that costs $500,000 that you totally fall in love with. And you decide you want to put an offer in on it, so you go to the lender to get your pre approval. And then you find out that between your lender's required down payment and available financing options, that your maximum buying power is only $425,000. So then you go into the home buying process totally disappointed that you're unable to get the home that you love. And the whole looking for a home at this point can become very frustrating. Always keep in mind that a pre approval letter from your lender also makes for a much stronger offer when you do find that perfect home. Our next checklist item is called location. Buyers looking for properties in coastal Carolina, Oak Island, Southport, Wilmington, and pretty much all over the state say that they want to find a location that allows easy access to the places they frequent the most, such as work, school, shopping, recreation. proximity to family and friends, just to name a few. Now, folks looking to purchase property out in the country even say that these proximities are still important factors to consider when choosing a location. For some buyers, location that provides easy access to the main roads with a free flowing traffic pattern is important. Consider if the location of the home within a neighborhood is an important feature for you. Some folks may prefer a lot near the main entry of a development, while others like to be away from traffic and further into the development. So, if the development offers a park, pool, or recreation area, your preference may be a home close to that, or perhaps you want to be further away. Some buyers like cul-de-sacs, and some people like living on the main boulevard. Whatever your preferences are, make sure you have them on your checklist. Moving on to item number 3 for your checklist. What about the size of the lot that your home will sit on? And yes, for most buyers, size does matter, and this one should always be on your checklist. Now, I found that many buyers actually don't give much thought to the size of the lot the house sits on. That is until after they buy the home. Now, depending on neighborhoods, the lot sizes might be fairly similar. Have you thought about your lot size preference? Should it be large or small? Corner or interior? What about the shape of the lot? Would a pie shaped lot work? What about a rectangular or irregular in shape lot? What level of privacy are you looking for? And how do you plan to use the backyard? These may be things you haven't considered, and it is way better to consider it now before buying a property than waiting until it closes. And then you figure out the lot size just isn't working for you. Checklist item number 4. Let's talk bathrooms. Now, how many bathrooms do you prefer? Keep in mind that many older homes may have only one bathroom, so it's important that if there is only one bathroom, you can live with that, especially if remodeling and adding an additional bathroom isn't doable. For most newer homes, however, you will find that they generally have 2 or more bathrooms. Also, keep in mind that half baths generally do not have a tub or shower, so it's important to pay attention to how the home is advertised. See how it's showing the bathrooms. Is it showing full baths or just full baths and half baths? Now, here's a little fun tip to help you with this checklist feature. To get a clearer idea of the number of bathrooms needed, think about the folks who will be using the bathrooms. Checklist item number 5. What number of bedrooms do you need? Most buyers will already have an idea of how many bedrooms they would like. Statistics show that for most buyers, they want at least 3 bedrooms. Now, some buyers may be comfortable with a 2 bedroom home, but if it's a family with children, they may be looking at a 3 or more bedroom home. Something to consider. If you have a family, do you want your kids to share a bedroom, or would you prefer a separate bedroom for each of the children? What about a guest room? Do you have frequent visitors and need a designated guest room, or a guest space which would double as an office, a den, a playroom, or a hobby room? So, when thinking about bedrooms, take the time to think carefully about your lifestyle and what you need to enhance it and make it comfortable for you. Checklist item number 6 is something that I find is very important for a lot of folks. So, let's talk about the kitchen. Now, is the kitchen truly the heart of your home? Do you love to entertain family and friends, and you find that your family and friends are automatically drawn to the kitchen because that's where all the activity is happening? If so, then the size and layout of the kitchen are important to note on your checklist. Now, do you need a gourmet kitchen with lots of counter space, large double sinks, and a bounty of storage? Or would a typical size kitchen be all you need? Each family has different ideas about cooking. So let's take me, for instance. I'm one of those people who would probably say, the only reason there's a kitchen in my house is because it came with it. Now, I'm only joking, but the truth is, I only need a modest sized kitchen to fit my lifestyle. Another important preference to keep in mind regarding your kitchen is if you enjoy cooking on a gas stove and dislike using an electric range, If the house doesn't have a gas range and it isn't possible to put one in, would that become a deal breaker for a home? That's real important to remember. So, whatever the best kitchen option is for you and your family, make sure that you always discuss your preference with your agent. For this checklist item, we're talking about home appliances. Now, for your checklist, you want to think about the age, style, and condition of home appliances. These are important features to consider, especially since appliances are expensive to replace. Now, for this stage of just looking, you only need to make an educated guess at the age and the condition of the appliance. Now, also consider that a typical kitchen has many appliances, so if there are any you can't do without, check to make sure that the home has the appliance already or that there is ample room to add it later. Some are easier to add than others, like a microwave compared to a dishwasher, especially if space is limited. Some other things that you will want to check on are the washer and dryer if they're coming with the house, the water heater, the furnace, and don't forget to take a quick look at any fireplace or wood stove in a home to see if they're being maintained in good condition. Whatever home you choose, you will want to make sure to get a home inspector that will report on these things as well as other things that we've not discussed here. So here's an important tip. When looking at a home, don't assume that all appliances will stay with the house. Ask your agent to verify which are part of the purchase and which are not. And remember, if any of the appliances and mechanical systems seem dated, make sure you factor replacement cost into your budget. Moving on to checklist item number 8, consider the age of the house. Now, this one doesn't apply if you're only looking for a new construction home, but if you're looking at all types of houses in your price range that meet your basic requirements, odds are that you're going to see homes that range from newer homes to several decades old. Now, older homes often have appealing characteristics. However, they also may need more repairs and upgrades. So make sure you have the time, budget, and patience for any repairs and upgrades a home may require. Now, as the saying goes, nothing stays the same. Well, that applies to building codes as well. These codes change over the years, and it would be beneficial if you or someone you know has a basic understanding of some of the more important, impactful code differences. When looking at homes built under a different set of codes, especially for certain vintage style or historical homes, your agent can be a beneficial source of information and can point you in the right direction to obtain the answers you need in order to make an informed decision. Hang in there, we're almost done. Our next checklist item, which is number 9, is house maintenance. Now, there's generally quite a list of potential maintenance items you need to consider when looking for a house. There may be repairs, they could be large or small, replacements or additions that would need to be made in order for the house to reflect your taste and lifestyle. Now, some items may just be cosmetic, and others, well, they may require a lot of time and money to complete. When looking at a home, make sure you write down any repairs and uplifts it may need and think about if it is reasonable to add those items into your budget. If you purchase a house, remember, these are things that you're going to pay for and do after you purchase the house, and you need to make sure that it is reasonable and it doesn't disrupt you and your family's life, or most importantly, present a financial hardship. So here we are. We made it to the last one. Checklist item number 10. We're going to talk about the seller's incentive to sell. A seller's motivation can be a little tricky because a seller and their agent often don't disclose what the seller's motivation is. Now, some sellers are more motivated than others. Some people will place their home on the market but don't really care if it sells or not. They're perfectly happy to continue living there. With this type of sale or seller, there's not usually much wiggle room on the purchase price. Unlike a seller who is highly motivated to sell because of a job relocation and they need to move out of the state, or someone paying two mortgages and wanting to sell and get back to only one payment. So here's an important reminder. In North Carolina, a seller's or a buyer's motivation is considered confidential information, and a seller's agent and a buyer's agent must keep their client's information confidential unless their respective client instructs them otherwise. Now, sometimes a seller's agent may tell the buyer's agent, with permission from their seller, of course, that the seller is highly motivated to sell without actually disclosing why. Talk to your agent. Even if you don't know how motivated the seller might be, your agent will advise you on how to make the best offer and any counter offers to get the very best price. Thank you for hanging in there with me. We made it through the whole checklist. So, what's the bottom line for you? Well, staying true to your priorities is important in finding the right home for you and your family. Location, lot size, bedrooms, bathrooms, and kitchen are all important features for your enjoyment of the home and are things to reconsider for possible resale value in the future. Understanding the age and condition of the home, the appliances, and the other components of the house is important because you need to be aware of how much work and how much money you will need to maintain it. Now, as you can see, it really is true. You will probably put in a lot of time and effort while looking for your next home for you and your family. That is one of the reasons you should always make sure to communicate effectively with your agent. Your agent and home inspector can offer you a ton of information and support along the way on your journey to home ownership. I hope the items we covered today have been helpful to you in making your own checklist or just to keep in the back of your mind as you're looking at homes. So, whether you're looking to upgrade to a new home that will better suit your lifestyle, or perhaps you're looking to purchase your first house, your vacation home, or investment property, let's connect so you can stay updated on what's happening here along the Carolina coast and in all of southeastern North Carolina. Please feel free to always reach out by phone, text, or email. All of my contact information is below. And if you haven't already, I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button below, like and share this video, and leave me a comment. I always love to hear from you. And remember, happiness grows here. I'll talk to you next time.